Finding ways to be financially savvy is a smart move, and knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want, like that dream home or new ride, is a great feeling. That's why the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you save when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Carvana's so easy, just a click, and we've got ourselves a car. See?
So many cars. That's a click-tastic inventory.
And check out the financing options. Payments to fit our budget. I mean, that's...
Clickonomics 101.
Delivery to our door?
Just a hop, skip, and a click away.
And bought.
No better feeling than when everything just... clicks. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
Come to DSW for the shoes, stay for the fun. Because, let's be honest, if shoe shopping isn't fun, are you even doing it right? So go ahead, try something new. Try something different. Good different. Try something that feels like you. You know, the real you. And then definitely brag about it later. Because at DSW, you've got unlimited freedom to play. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
Hey, Trojan family, what's up? Welcome back to the USC LAFB show here on the LAFB network. I'm your host, Ryan Dyrud. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to all those who celebrate, which is pretty much everyone, every at least American that enjoys any sort of sport. We all celebrate Super Bowl Sunday, even if our teams are not playing. And yes, still got to rep. My NFL team is the Denver Broncos. As many of you know, I grew up in Denver, Colorado. I've been here in LA now for 15 plus years. But as an NFL team, still a Broncos fan. So, you know, we were one game short. So I had to represent this. And before anyone comments about Bo Nix and the Ducks, I only see Bo Nix Auburn. I see Auburn Bo. All right. So I don't want anyone getting worried about that. Only see Auburn Bo, no Oregon Bo for my Broncos. And this is a Peyton Manning jersey. Throwback back when I was at the AFC Championship game 10 years ago when the Broncos beat the New England Patriots in Denver to go to the Super Bowl where they won Super Bowl 50. But anyway, I'm sure everyone listening is rooting, my guess is for the Seattle Seahawks. We got all of our Trojans, particularly Sam Darnold, Uchenna Nwosu, Leonard Williams, you know, all representing the Trojans, and so we hope to see them go on and lift the Lombardi. Would love to see Sam. I mean, I love Sam Darnold. I've always loved him. Obviously, back at his time at USC and winning the Rose Bowl with Uchenna Nwosu, and then, you know, just his NFL career, just the true story of resilience and fighting on, that spirit, right? Like, he was a backup. I mean, had obviously horrible luck and just a bad career with the Jets, and then he's a backup with the Panthers and the 49ers, then he goes to Minnesota, has an MVP caliber season, wins 14 games. They cast him away for the rookie they drafted. He has to kind of start over, signs with Seattle. Everyone still doubted him even after he signed a 3-year deal, and now look at him in the Super Bowl. So I love Sam Darnold. Hope him to go on and win this afternoon, and hope everyone enjoys the game, enjoys all the festivities, all the food, all the drinks. Already starting early with my nooner here. So yeah, but want to jump on quick today, a little quick recruiting. I got a couple recruiting videos that I'll put out more tomorrow. Today, I know those of you that are watching this, I appreciate you because I know the focus is on NFL and drinking and having a good time. So if you are a savage like me and still wanting USC content, thank you. But I'm going to put more out tomorrow. We'll be back. I think I said this a few days ago, but we'll for sure be back to our kind of regular scheduled programming starting tomorrow, you know, 3 or so videos a day. So I've got more recruiting, but I wanted to get one recruiting update right now up on Dante Wright, cornerback. Been tracking his progress now for a while. He's been committed to Georgia for quite some time, but USC has not given up. So I've been kind of tracking where he's at, and our good friend Scott Schrader over at We Are SC just put out an article. He had a good conversation with him and an update on that. But, you know, the big thing with this is that Trevon Reed has been relentless in continuing the conversation with Dante Wright and continuing to keep his prospects open while being committed to Georgia of still hey, USC, we're here. We're the home school. We're close. We're building. We're doing this. And not just Trevon Reed, but Lincoln Riley has been very involved, as he is with all of them. I think that's the misconception with a lot of recruiting, is that you have your position coaches and Lincoln Riley recruits quarterbacks. Like, Lincoln Riley is still very involved in just about every single recruit and every single commitment. I talked just the other day about how Floyd Boucard specifically mentioned Lincoln Riley as being the catalyst as to why he committed to USC. So just because they're defensive players, and I'm not taking anything away from the position coaches who have the utmost importance, but Lincoln Riley is still involved. He's still the head coach. He's still one of the main factors why these guys are committing to USC is to play for him. So he's been very involved as well with Dante Wright. And, he's going to have an official visit. So again, this is the difference between some of these other programs and USC, right? Like, he's committed to Georgia, but he's going to take a bunch of official visits. It looks like he's probably going to take an official visit to Oregon, obviously Georgia, Miami, Oklahoma, and USC. So, once anyone commits to USC, they can't do those official visits. So, again, that's part of why USC only has one commitment so far, is a lot of these kids, they're basically saying, hey, you know the deal. Once you commit, that's it. So if you want to do these visits, go ahead, go for it. You know where we stand. But hey, we got limited spots this year. So we can't wait around too long, or else your spot will be gone, which is, I think, a good spot for USC to be in, is they can be a little bit more selective, but also kind of put the pressure a little bit. And it also helps in negotiating with NIL. And, if you have 6 or 7 guys at a position or 10 guys at a position and only 4 spots it kind of gives you a little bit more power instead of like, hey, we're going to shell out as much money to get these guys here. It's like, well, we got 4 spots. So this is the money we're allocating for this spot. If you want it, if not, it's probably going to be gone. Hey, what's going on, LAFB family? Before we get to the show, got to tell you about my friends over at Sleeper, the #1 sports app right now, and not just for season-long fantasy. They have daily game updates. They have a live chat that you can chat with other users. Plus, my favorite part is the daily fantasy feature, which is similar to a pick'em. You just choose 2 or more players across any sport, choose more or less in whatever sport that may be. So if it's football, more or less touchdowns for, Jaden Mayava. If it's Mekhi Lemon, more or less receptions. If you're looking at the Dodgers, more or less home runs for Shohei Ohtani. Really easy, and you can win real money. Right now, when you go and make your first deposit, make sure you use our promo code. You see it right there on the screen, USCLAFB. That's going to give you a matched deposit bonus up to $100. You put in $100 to play with, you're going to get $100 free on top of that. You can put in 10, you get 10 free. Also, right now, our friends are offering a $20 free entry for any new signups. If you go sign up today, you'll get both those offers. You get $20 right off the bat free to play with. Plus, use that promo code USCLAFB at sign up and you'll get that match bonus as well. Go to the App Store, Google Play, download the Sleeper app today, and tell them that the USC LAFB sent you. Now, let's get on to the show. So, Wright said, and this is, again, per Scott Schrader, constant communication and plans that they have for me. Just hearing them out, seeing what they have to offer, and seeing what fits me. And of Trevon Reed, he says, that's my guy. Outside of ball, outside of recruiting, our relationship is the strongest. He talks to me about life, anything I can come to TV about. He's someone in my circle. And he says, since day one, TV opened up to me, let me know he knows what's going on with my recruiting, but he just wants to help me and keep my head straight. So you know how important. And I mentioned Lincoln Riley, and he says in regards to Lincoln Riley, he reaches out a lot, sends me text messages in the morning and things like that. Coach Lincoln is a good coach, and I appreciate him for the constant communication and letting me know he wants me. And then obviously Chad Bowden involved as well, as he is with all recruits. So we'll see where this goes. Two last little things on this, wrap this up. One, I think you would love to see, now, obviously as a high school program, they have fallen off from where they used to be. But the passion, the pride, the history of Long Beach Poly is such a unique and awesome program in the Southern California area. I went to Long Beach State. I wasn't from there. Like I said, I'm from Denver, but moved to Long Beach back in 2008, lived there for a decade. And Long Beach Poly as a high school has a huge footprint, not just in the city of Long Beach, but in the LA region. And we all know the history and dominance they had for so many years, and they've fallen off that. They've kind of rebuilt their staff and hope to kind of get back to that prominence and back to that really top-tier public program in SoCal. And Dante Wright is one of the leaders of that and one of the top, probably the top player in their program right now. So you would love to see Poly get back to that stature, but you would love to see USC get back to having a pipeline with Poly as well. We've talked about the USC Modern Day pipeline, the USC, really just the Trinity League in general, but then you look at like Mission Viejo and Sierra Canyon and some of these other top programs, Centennial, but you'd love Poly to get back to what that was. And we know a lot of kids that have come out of Poly and gone to USC. We know, my good buddy, he hasn't been on in a while, but Coach Rowe played for Poly. Then he goes on and plays for USC. So, and now he's coaching at Jordan, the rival of Poly in Long Beach, ironically enough. So we'd love to see that get back to prominence. And then two, the other little thing is, cornerback position. I feel like I've talked a ton about cornerbacks. You guys might be sick of it, but this is what is recruiting. They're only going to have 4 or 5 spots in terms of defensive backs, not just cornerbacks. We've talked a lot about Honor Falave Johnson, Talked a lot about Gavin Williams out of Damian Laverne, the 2 top safeties that they're going after. We talked a lot about Danny Lang. We've talked a lot about Duve Williams. Aaron Washington already committed. That's 3 corners for potentially 2 or 3 maximum spots. So Dante Wright being added to this, and they also had other visitors at their junior day. This, again, is almost like I don't want to say leverage, but gives USC the ability to say, hey, we've got limited spots. So we want you, but you can't take all day. Like, once we fill those spots, they're filled. So Dante Wright, if he's starting to feel that like love and starting to feel that, man, maybe I do want to stay home. Maybe I want to rebuild that Poly to USC connection and keep it here in LA. He may have to jump on board quicker than originally, a late flip, if you will. Now, his official visit, we'll see when those get scheduled. Likely won't be till like May or June is my guess, especially with his list he wants to go see. But that could certainly make things interesting. So he is the 5th ranked cornerback in the entire class, according to Rivals industry rankings, and the number 38 overall player in the 2027 class. So we'll see where it goes. Like I said, committed to Georgia, Oregon involved, Oklahoma involved, among others, but USC firmly back in it, in big thanks to Trevon Reed, which is a huge positive that they kept on staff. We know the losses of Doug Belk and Eric Henderson, but keeping Trevon Reed was a huge win with the additions of the other secondary coaches and what they added over the last week or so. And then we'll see when this defensive line coach is officially hired and added as well, which should be coming, you would think, here fairly soon. So, like I said, back tomorrow. I got a bunch more recruiting tidbits to talk about, and plenty more. Maybe we'll do a little recap of the Super Bowl. Hopefully we'll see our USC Trojans hoisting that Lombardi Trophy. Everyone enjoy. Comment below what you're doing for the Super Bowl. If you're watching this, pre-game, we still got a couple hours till kickoff here. So what's your favorite Super Bowl food? What are you eating? What are you drinking? Where are you watching? Who are you rooting for? Just drop your comments. We'll keep the conversation going on this. And like I said, get back into recruiting more tomorrow. So appreciate your family. As always, fight on.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.